Hey everybody, Jason here. Want to talk a little bit today about output on your digital modeler. I'm using my Quad Cortex. Some of you might have another system, but I think the principles for what I'm going to talk about today apply well and transfer between devices. I think there's about a 5 decibel range that's really ideal on the Quad Cortex or these modelers, like where your softest stuff hits maybe 5 decibels lower than your biggest sounds. And so I'm going to explain that today. By the way, we're going to be demonstrating my 1964 AC30 and Fender Twin Reverb patch. That is a stereo patch that is available for free on the Cortex Cloud, so you can check it out there. The Tone Ranger, all one word. And you can also visit my website, the-tone-ranger.com. And there's a bunch of affordable content there, as well as free content. You can find the links to that there as well. I should note today that I'm using a dual source microphone and my Quad Cortex audio. So you're going to, some of the string noise from my overhead mic, you are going to hear that in the recording today. But for the purposes of moving quickly back and forth between my guitar, my voice, and showing you how to do this, I hope that is okay with you. Going to my preset now, you'll see I've got 8 different scenes set up. It's important to note that those scenes are all running through an EQ and output block at the end of my chain. And you'll see my EQ is flat except for high pass filter. I like to use that high pass filter just to control the low end of my presets. But on the second page of this Graphic 9 Legacy EQ, which is my favorite EQ to use on the Quad Cortex, I like it better than the updated version. We can talk about that another time. But if you long press on that output dial, you will see that box come up with the A, B, C, D. That now means that you have the ability to change the output level at the end of each of your scenes. So you'll see, like on some of my scenes, it changes. So that's sort of the magic bullet for setting up your output, having some sort of gain or output block at the end of your chain. So I'm going to go now to my clean tone. I'm going to use my bridge pickup. It's usually a little hotter than my neck, and so I think it's the best pickup to do output leveling on. I'm going to drop down on the main menu. I'm going to tap on out 1 or out 2, and now I'm focusing on this level here. And for my quietest, cleanest sounds, I want to peak around -14 decibels with sort of a full, but not huge, but a full strum. Yeah, so that's just about perfect. When I go into my edge of breakup tones, I want to peak just a little higher. Yep, that's perfect, just about a decibel higher. I'll come over to my overdrive tone, get just a little bit hotter yet. And then if I go into something like ambient tones, I like to sort of put those right between my rhythm tones and my leads, because I might use it both ways. I might use it for some soft leads, or I might use it for some plucky rhythms. Wanting it to probably peak around the same place that my boosted overdriven rhythm sound for electric was. Here's the ambient tone. So again, it's in the ballpark with that bigger rhythm tone that I had. If I go to some leads, now I want it to peak yet about another decibel higher on a lead tone. I normally don't strum full open chords on lead patches, but for the sake of my output levels, it does help just to use this as a gauge. Yeah, so I'm in that -10 point range on a full open chord. If I use single note stuff, so it got into that -11 range with a single note, or -10 range with the full strum. And then if I go to a full lead boost here, I want another decibel or so on this as well. And the signal note line should peak just a little bit hotter yet than the last patch. So that's, you could probably go another decibel on that lead boost too, depending on what you're using that for, but that's sort of the range I shoot for when I'm setting up my output levels. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, my name is Jason. You can visit me at the-tone-ranger.com. Hope you're having a great week, and I love your feedback. I'd like to know what works for you for setting up output levels as well, if you've got something to add to this conversation. Appreciate you all and your support, and I look forward to connecting with you all very soon.